Listen, as long as you stick to your own path, it doesn't matter what Mother Nature throws at you.
I can fix this! I'll protect us! Access denied! Born of ice and frost. We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda...
Let's get down to business. How's this?
Let the show begin.
Feel my blade. Verdict is... There's more! Finally, my blade!
No touching. Next on the agenda... schedule.
Add Astra.
Rebooting.
This isn't even worth mentioning.
Make the same mistakes over and over again.
It is something of a luxury, but I love listening to the rain from the courtyard. We're way behind schedule.
It's my lucky day.
Born of ice and frost.
Finally, to the
No
ferry.
touching. Perhaps whoever left these behind was also fulfilling a contract. Next on the agenda, Born of Ice.
Let's move. Time for retribution. Some quiet. This was well done.
No touching.
Jet fault.
Blaze over.
just begun. I will end you. You can't run!
Next on the agenda. Go, Barbara, go! Come on, we
Don't
can
be a
do it!
killjoy! We've only just begun.
Yeah. Oh, access denied.
Looks like I went too far. This is bad.
Restaurant? Error. That place isn't even worth mentioning.
Ad astra abyssosk. Thank you for completing.
Same mistakes over and over again.
If you want my opinion, it's clear that Tejima had done nothing. I can't claim. Truth be told,
Seems like he's... One day, I'll be as great as Ryuji.
Ah, you must also be. Tejima has protected keeping out the treasure, but now we will glad.
You must be Tejima. So
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave. True. And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? I don't have answers to those questions because I can't remember anymore. Ever since they took in the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever resolve I had then, it's gone now.
okay. Well, in that case, if we help you... But if you can't remember... Oh! Maybe if you just try a little harder to remember, then it'll all come flooding back?
Oh, that reminds me. Last time I brought Tejima some fruit, I do believe I saw him writing in a diary.
I keep a diary? If you say so.
Oh, yes, yes, you do. And what's more,
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tejima from leaving...
if you don't mind, we will leave you to find the diary.
This looks like Tejima's... Let's see what we... Today, the villagers and I today, I went kite... Seems like your average diet... Huh? I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. The Omamori you gave me has faded a little. Now that's the kind of info... So this is the Omamori... interesting. But anyway, if he had this with him...
I wish it could be like this all the time. The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Must be something... It looks like a letter. The paper's gone yellow. Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place? So the reason... But he's been here for 30 years. Well, let's go give Tejima his stuff back.
Well, I'll be. That's certainly... But still... It's clear that I was waiting for someone here. Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. And just look at all the things that did... How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Love, regret, everything I felt for her. It's all... No. After all, I've forgotten who she was. Her face... It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if all these years have been nothing. I think... maybe not. If this is something I waited most of my life for, I suppose I should carry on waiting. Although... what if she were to turn up eventually, only to find I didn't... When I think about it like that, how curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? Thank you. I shall remain here. And
Tejima seems to be dealing... okay. But still, it makes Paimon really sad. Seems it's just like Ayaka and Tomo were saying. If you lose your vision, that certainly explains the... At least we were able to help him, weren't we? What? According to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission.
Should we really be off work this early? There is still a lot left to do. We're way behind schedule. They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law. But why would they take action against one of their... Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend...
The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation. How many times do I have to say it? I don't know.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand?
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this!
Oh, huh? And who are you?
What? We just happened to be passing by. We heard the commotion and came...
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he suddenly refuses to give us anything. He's keeping the provisions for himself, I just know it. We'll starve without them.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man. But it's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people like him helping her rule the nation.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But why would she... Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa and see what he has to say.
I've never even heard of these. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, my own family can barely get by as it is. Now, if you'll excuse... That's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision.
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt Decree. Why would you be unworthy of your vision?
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the details. All I know is that I will perform certain things every month. And it's not just that.
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provision?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders. Which is why I came here in the first place. If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders.
You see, but we better confirm. Let's go round up we should be able to...
We really outdid ourselves all those samurai houses packed with goods.
You haven't seen anything yet. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all... You demand, Bob!
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after.
Another test subject. Have a little taste. Picked.
Oh, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal. Come on, boss. Think of something.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you. Kurosawa. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh? Just our luck. I knew he...
So what did you see inside?
Food supplies. You kidding? That place was a complete mess. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on open. Now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That and...
You've got a deal!
Huh?
What the...
There's nothing...
Yeah. And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store. We better talk to this Miss Aoi, and as for you guys, you're free to go.
Yeah, so we redeemed ourselves for some IOU. Shut it.
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. We've got everything you... Or perhaps there's something you want... Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa.
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're just here to learn where they all came from. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the payment on his own account. However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So
that's how he was getting those emergency provisions. But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the prices increased, couldn't he just...
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully calculating how much. Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found... So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people down.
Wow. Kurosawa was... And no one ever appreciated what he did. They just complained.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. In the face of hardship, nobody cares to think twice. If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the start, then there wouldn't be such a... Of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provision, if you're still curious, why don't you go at... I see. Most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to sell that sword that is so dear to him.
Sword? What?
Oh, didn't he tell you? He possesses a I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father. In hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on it. Everything has its price. Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Oh, but before you go, if you would kindly...
But we...
Information... Don't worry. I won't charge much for...
At least we now know where the emergency... Let's go talk to... What are you doing here all by your...
I presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew my sword. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders?
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really...
Strange. Is that... I don't really have any such recollection. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put myself in such a difficult situation? But I could not deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body was somehow... This sword was one I remember once when I was young. I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it off to the kids next door. What did he say? It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was taken. All I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life's creed and said to me,
Hey, if you look carefully, there seems you recognize the words?
Virtue? And somehow those two words seem to be taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. I guess that must... But what use are virtue and justice? The Tenryo Commission sees my vision. And the irony of all of it is, I'm incapable...
Yet another troubled... When we get the chance, let's speak to Tomo. In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah, seems like losing all ambition. Fortunately for us, you don't have a vision. Let's go find the next...
Thank you for watching, walaupun tidak ada yang nonton.